How we doing, guys? Hope we're well. Different setup today. Thought I'd do a quick PowerPoint on energy requirements. The reason for this is because I've been scrolling on Instagram and all I can see is confusion in terms of calories and why I'm not losing weight if I'm in a calorie deficit. So I'm going to speak some facts here, and certainly I don't want anyone who's following me to still be confused on the whole topic. So the question is, how many calories should I eat to lose weight? So there's different factors here we need to think about before we actually look at the answer. First things first is the BMR. That's your basal metabolic rate. And that rate is determined on your gender, your age, and your current body weight. Now this is your calories that you actually burn when you're resting. You're not doing any activities at all. Then we need to look at your total energy expenditure. So that is based on your BMR, which we talked about there, your activity levels, and what kind of effect of the food that you're eating, the thermic effect of food. Now, long story short, you need to consume lower calories than your TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure. Okay? Now, you'll probably see quite a lot of calculations kicking about. Now, these are estimates. They're not the calories that you should be eating. It's guaranteed an answer to weight loss. Okay, these are baseline calculations where you start off at this calorie intake, then you adjust it on a weekly basis. Where the confusion is happening, from what I can see anyway, is there's no calorie adjustments getting talked about. Now, if, for example, you start off with this formula and you're not losing weight, you need to manipulate it. Now, obviously, I would recommend having this prescription underneath someone that knows who they're talking about. Now, there is other factors that come into play. You may start losing weight if you start on this and you go for a week. I'm not losing enough weight here. Then you reduce the calories and say the progress isn't going as expected. There is other things that you could look at. Now, there could be slowed metabolism during, you may have been in a diet phase for quite a while. Think about that. Obviously, the body's going to react to that. So you're going to have a slower metabolism rate. Other factors that come into play is stress. If you're not sleeping right as well, hormones start kicking in. Cortisol and your thyroid function starts changing. So what we need to think about here is, how do we progress in our diet journey? Okay, we need to look at the nutrition and we need to keep making amendments on a weekly basis to steer your weight loss journey in the right way. You need to look at your sleep. If you're not sleeping right, look at the hormones, look at the science, look at the research there. It has an impact on your progress, your recovery. It's all there. That never gets talked about. So keep that in mind. You also have stress management. Again, stress impacts your hormones. It also will have an impact on your metabolism. And you also need to keep, amending your training. Are you following a progressive overload plan? Think about that there as well. If you combine all these, then you will get progress. So bear that in mind. It's just I've seen a couple of videos saying, I've been trying this amount of calories, I'm not losing weight. It's so much harder for such and such to lose weight than it is for me. I would look at these 4 pillars. Now, if you're following these, improving all these, you will get results. So hopefully that's been helpful, guys. If you need more information or advice on this, just reach out. Thanks.